Hey lovely people, welcome back once again to another episode of Stitches Biz Collection. I'm Miss Stitches. In this video I'm going to share with you how to customize your picture frame or photo frame. Before we start, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button. Let's get started. Materials needed. So I have a video of how to make the beaded mat, which is the back side of the frame we are about to do. So I'm going to drop the link below so you can watch and follow up. Okay, so I'm done with the back of the frame. So this side is 10. I did 10 steps, and then the other side is 13. So 13 is to 10. So this is the size for the back of the photo frame. So to continue weaving, I already have my beads in this bead, so we are going to weave towards this side. So on this fish line, you pick 3 beads, fix on the left fish line, and then you cross with the third bead. So you fix 2 on the left fish line, then you cross with the third bead using the right fish line. So you cross it out, and then with the right fish line you go through the next bead. Then you go on and pick 2 beads, fix 1 on the left fish line, then you cross with the second bead. So you fix 1 on the left fish line, then you cross with the second bead. So you cross it out also. Then with the right fish line you go through the next bead again. Then you still pick 2 beads, fix on the left fish line, then you cross with the second bead. Cross with the second bead. And then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead again. Then you pick 2 beads, fix on the left fish line, then you cross with the right fish line. So if you are comfortable with fixing the beads on the right fish line, you can go on and do it as such. So you now pick the beads, fix on your right fish line, then you cross with the left fish line rather. But because I'm okay with my left fish line, so I pick the beads and then cross with my right fish line. So you go on and weave with the same method. So when you get to the last bead, you go through that bead, and then you still pick 2 beads, fix on the left fish line, then you cross with the second bead using the right fish line. You cross it out, and then with the right fish line you go through the next bead, the next 1 bead. Then you still pick 2 beads, fix on the left fish line, then you cross with the right fish line. Then you cross it out, and then with the right fish line you go through the next bead again. Then after, you still pick 2 beads, fix on the left fish line, then you cross with the right fish line. You cross with the second bead using the right fish line. Then you go on and weave with the same method till you get to the end. So we are weaving to this end. You weave to this end. So we have it now, and this is what you should get if you're on the right track or you are following the correct process. So we are done with it, and then we left this side because that's where we are going to pass the picture through. So you weave the sides and then leave the last side. So going on this fish line, you pick 3 beads, fix 2, and then you cross with the 3rd bead. So you fix 2 beads on the left fish line, then you cross with the 3rd bead. So we are done with the sides of the frame, and then we are now weaving the top. So this is the top side we are weaving now. So with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. Then you pick 2 beads, fix on the left fish line. You fix 1 on the left fish line, then you cross with the 2nd bead. So you pick 2 beads, fix 1 on the left fish line, then you cross with the 2nd bead. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead again. Then you still go on and pick 2 beads, fix on the fix on the left fish line, then you cross with the 2nd bead using the right fish line. Then you go through the next bead. Then you go on and pick 2 beads again, fix on the left fish line, then you cross with the right fish line, which is using the 2nd bead. Then you go on and weave with the same method. So when you get to the last end, you go through the next 2 beads. So the next 2 beads, that's what you go through now. And after, you now pick 1 bead and then you cross with it. So because we already have 3 beads, the fish line in 3 beads, you now pick 1 bead and then you cross with it. Then after, with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. So we have it there, and then you pick 2 beads again, fix on the left fish line, then you cross with the right fish line using the 2nd bead. So with the 2nd bead, you cross with the right fish line, and then with the right fish line again, you go through the next bead, and then you weave that one also with the same method till you get to the end. Okay, so with this side too, when you get to the end, you go through the next 2 beads. So the next 2 beads you go through, and then you cross with 1 bead. So you pick 1 bead and then you cross with it. So always remember that when you are about to turn, you go through the next 2 beads, then you cross with 1 bead, then you turn. Then after, you go through the next bead with the right fish line, then you go on and pick 2 beads again, fix on the left fish line, then you cross with the right fish line. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. Then you go on and weave with the same method till you get to the end of the frame. So when you get to the end, you go through the next bead again, So this time we have it. Then on this fish line, so you pick 2 beads, fix one on this fish line, then you cross with the last bead using the right fish line. So you cross both sides with the last bead. So you have it this way. So we have the front side of the frame done, but not yet done. So we are going to weave a chain on this side so we can pass the picture through the side we've left here. So you pick both sides of the fish line, pick 3 beads, fix one on each fish line. So you fix one on the left fish line, fix one on the right fish line, then you cross with the last one, which is the 3rd bead. You cross with it, and then you still pick 3 beads again, fix one on the left fish line, fix one on the right fish line, then you cross with the 3rd bead. So you go on with the same method about 7 times. So you go on about 7 times. Yeah. So I think we have 7 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're about to do the last one. So with the last one, you pick 1 bead, fix on each fish line. So you fix one on the left fish line, fix one on the right fish line. Then with the same fish line, you go through this bead. So you go through from the right side, and then with the other fish line you go through from the left side, as you can see I'm doing. Then after, please pull it well to make sure it's very firm. Then you pass the excess fish line through. So after you are done passing the fish line through, this is what you should get. And then you can leave it like this and then fix your picture in. So this is my picture, and then you pass it through this side. That's why we didn't close that side, sorry. So you pass your picture through the side, or you can design it a little bit. So I designed this behind the scene or off camera. I designed it so you can write anything of your choice, being it happy marriage, being it your name, your logo, you can design anything at all with it. We are going to attach it to the frame itself. So let me see, in other ways I'm going to show you how to attach it to get your photo frame customized. So you design everything you want. You can draw love, like any image at all. You can draw different things to make your pictures nice. So to attach it, you need a new fish line. So you cut a new fish line, and then you go through this bead. So you make sure you have the ends of the fish line, and then you pick 3 beads, fix 2 on the left fish line, on this fish line. Okay, so let me see, on this fish line, and then you cross with the last one, which is the third bead. You cross with it. So you pick 3 beads, fix 2, then you cross with the third bead. Please make sure you have equal lengths of the fish line. We don't want, you have the ends of the fish line. We don't want a situation whereby one side will be longer than the other. Then with this fish line, you go through this bead, which is the first bead on the frame. Okay, so you go through this bead. So you should have it this way. Then with the other side of the fish line, you go through the next bead. Okay, go through this bead with the other side of the fish line. So you should have the fish line coming out of both sides. Then you pick 1 bead and then you cross with it. You cross with it. So let me say, it's just as the method of bead joining both sides of the bag, as I always say when I'm making a bag video. So with the left fish line, you go through the next bead. With the right fish line, you go through the next bead as well. Then you pick 1 bead and then you cross with both fish line. So we are attaching the sides together. Then with the left fish line, you go through the next bead again. With the right fish line, you go through the other bead. Then you pick another 1 bead. Then you cross with it. Cross with it. And then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead again. With the left fish line, you go through the next bead. Then you pick 1 bead and then you cross with it. So you continue weaving with the same method by going through the next bead with the right fish line, going through the other bead with the left fish line, and then you pick 1 bead and then you cross both sides with it. So you continue with the same method so you get to the last but 1 bead here. So this time when you get to the last but 1 bead, you only pass this fish line through the next bead. So you should have it like this, and then you pick 2 beads, fix on the left fish line, then you cross with it. Okay, so you pick 2 beads, fix 1 on the empty side of the fish line, then you cross with the second one, then you get it this way. So as you can see, we've joined the name to the picture frame. So we are going to weave around it to make to create the body. Okay, we don't want a skeleton, we are fondodo. So we are going to make the body around it. So you pick 3 beads, fix on the left fish line, and then you cross with the third bead. So depending on the direction you want to go, that's how you fix the bead. So I fixed this on my left fish line and then I cross with the third bead. Then you go through the next bead, fix 2 beads on the left fish line again. So you pick 2 beads, fix on the left fish line again, then you cross with the second bead. Then you pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. Then you pick 2 beads, fix on the left fish line, then you cross with the second bead using the right fish line. So with the same right fish line, you go through the next bead. Then you pick 2 beads, fix on the left fish line again, then you cross with the second bead using the right fish line. So I'm comfortable with fixing the beads on my left fish line and then doing the crossing with the right fish line. So if you are not comfortable with it, you can do it by fixing the beads on your right side, then you cross with the left side rather. So you go through the next bead again, you pick 2 beads, fix on the left fish line, then you cross with the right fish line. So that's the method I'm using. Then you go through the next bead, then you weave on with the same method So we are done covering the two sides. So we are leaving one side and then we are covering only the two sides. So when you get to the last end, you pass your fish line through, because we are leaving this side. Since the fish line is short, I passed it through and then we are leaving this side. So maybe you want to use something dark or anything to cover the light from passing through the bead, you can use that side. So with the new fish line, you go through this bead, or you can start from this side. That is very simple. So I'm going to start from this side. So with my new fish line, I'll go through this bead and then the next bead, then out. So you pull it out and make sure you have equal sides of the fish line. Then you go on and pick two beads, fix on this side of the fish line, which is the left fish line, which is my left. So the left fish line, and then you cross with the second bead using the right fish line. So you always fix the bead on the empty side, which is on my left. That's why I say on the left fish line. So you pull it out and then with the right fish line you go through the next bead. So after you still pick two beads, fix on the left fish line again, then you cross with the second bead using the right fish line. So the same method as we did for the sides, or let me say the same method you use for the whole thing, that is what we are doing now. So after pulling it out with the right fish line, you go through the next bead again, pick two beads, fix on the left fish line, then you cross with the right fish line. So you cross the second bead with the right fish line. So you pull it out and then still go through the next bead, then you weave on with the same method. Okay, so I'm going to weave on with the same method till we get to the last bead, and then I'm going to show you how to turn and then continue weaving. So when you get to the last but one bead, you pick two beads, fix on this fish line. So how it's placed, so this time I'm fixing the bead on my right fish line, then I'm crossing with the second bead using the left fish line. So you need to fix one bead on the empty side of the fish line, then you cross with the other one bead. So after we are done crossing, still on this fish line, I'm going to pick three beads, fix two on that fish line. So please watch carefully on this fish line, then you cross with the last bead. Okay, so you cross both sides with the last bead so we can turn completely. So after turning, I now have the fish line on the correct side. So with the right fish line, you go through the next bead, and then with the left fish line you pick two beads, fix on the left fish line, then you cross with the second bead using the right fish line. So the same method, you weave on and on till you get to the last but one end. Okay, so when you get to the last but one end, you go through the next two beads. Then this time you pick one bead and then you cross with it. So after going through the next two beads, you pick one bead and then you cross with it. So after crossing with this fish line, you go through the next bead and then pick 2 beads again, fix on the left fish line, then you cross with the right fish line. So you are going to continue to weave 2 lines to cover the 2 steps here. So you weave 2 lines, so you continue weaving, then you leave the last one. So that's what you should get after you are done weaving both lines, but you are not done attaching it yet. You need to close that side. So as we joined the bead, or let me see how we joined the happy to the frame itself with this fish line, you go through this bead. This is what you should get. Then you fix 1 bead, sorry, you fix 2 beads, then you cross with the second bead. So you fix 2 beads and then cross with the second bead. Now with the left fish line, you go through the next bead. With the right fish line, you go through the next bead. So after you are done, you pick 1 bead and then you cross with it. After crossing with the same left fish line, you go through the next bead. With the right fish line, you go through the other bead as well. Then you pick 1 bead again and then you cross with it. So as we attach the happy to the frame itself, then you go through the next bead with both fish line on each side. So it's the same method as we attached it. As you can see, you attach it the same way to close or to attach the back side to the frame again. So you continue weaving with the same method. So when you get to the last thing, after you've gone through the last bead, you fix 2 beads on your left fish line, then you cross with the second bead using the right fish line. Then as you can see, we've completed joining it and joining the back side. So with this fish line, you need to pass it through. So you're going to pass it through till everything is done. Then you cut off the excess fish line. So this is what you should get after you are done with everything. And as simple as that, you have your customized name, or you have your happy marriage attached to your frame. So you can write anything of your choice. Then you have your picture. So this is my picture. Then you just pass it through this side, then it's inside your frame. So you can fix a glass in it. That is, if you have a glass that's the same size as the frame you just did, you can fix it and then you are done. So you can put a paper also at the happy marriage side, so it covers the light from passing through the beads, so anyone can read your alphabet well, or can read your writing very well. So this is our frame, nicely made. You can take your picture out and put another one in anytime. Okay, so you can still attach, maybe you want to write happy marriage. After the happy on top, you fix the marriage on the down part with the same method. So at the top side, which is the happy side, I fixed the paper at that side to a white paper to block the light from passing through the bead. So please give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more of my tutorials. Make sure you like and share. Please follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. Thank you. See you in my next video. Have a nice day and bye.